Sea of Thieves Season 16 released about a week ago and brought with it a plethora of new voyages, activities, and ways to play Sea of Thieves. And in this video, I'll be giving a bit of a review of the season and my thoughts on it. Firstly, I'd like to apologise though for not uploading much recently. I've had exams at university and so I've been locking in with them, but there should be a lot more content on the way in the coming weeks and months. So first of all, the season released the Search for Ancient Secrets voyage, which is effectively where you have to uncover skeletons who then help you find ancient sarcophaguses whilst fighting the ancients. I think it's really cool that we see more stuff focused on the lore of Sea of Thieves. I think it is a really interesting voyage. I really like the adventures that were focused around the ancients and the Reapers and kind of the fight between them. I think it's a very, very fun voyage. I think this voyage adds a lot of new stuff to the game in terms of, from a lore perspective, it's really nice to see us going in a direction where we are focusing more on that. Second of all, Sea of Thieves released the Canon of Rage in this update, which completely changes the way the game is played. The Canon of Rage is a deployable cannon, which you can find, I believe, at Skull Forts. That's where I found them, on active Skull Forts anyway, and Forts of Fortune, and I'm assuming Fort of the Damned as well. This cannon can be placed anywhere on the ship or obviously on an island, so you can move it around. It can blow up obviously if you don't pour water on it, but this cannon completely changes how you chase people in Sea of Thieves, and how you can defend yourself from being chased, because you can position a cannon at the back of your ship or at the front of your ship, and so if you have this cannon and you're chasing, you could potentially hit a chain shot onto someone, take their mast out, make the chase a lot quicker. And again, similarly, if you're being chased, you could buy a lot more time between you and your opponent. So I think this is a very, very cool addition. I do think it could unbalance the game potentially. Obviously, if multiple crews can have multiple cannons on board, it could kind of make the game more unfair maybe. But who knows? I think this has been a cool feature so far, at least when I've been testing it out. I think they're quite alright. They also added the Skeleton Mercenaries. Now, Skeleton Mercenaries are basically skeletons that can be dug up and help you with voyages, so they can carry loot and treasure, they can fight people, and you can also revive them like crewmates. Now, I'll be honest, I think this is quite cool to have kind of an AI helpers. It would be nice in the future maybe if they expand this to other NPCs who can help you out, but I think this is a very, very cool start in terms of NPCs and helping them out, because there hasn't really been a time ever in the game where NPCs have taken an active role in playing voyages with you. It's always kind of just on the side or quest givers. So that's it in terms of features that they've added into the game, to the new features. Obviously, with every season comes a plunder pass, and this plunder pass I thought was quite good. The paid version does give some very nice items. I really like the Oyster's Prize jacket, for example. That's the major cosmetic I think is interesting, but obviously in general, it's a pretty decent plunder pass. I think plunder passes in general maybe should be buffed a little bit, because you don't get too many ancient coins. It would be nice if it was something like Fortnite, where you buy it once and you never have to pay again. But I understand why they charge it in the way they do. Honestly, I think this season has so far had a very good groundwork to become a very solid season. It's really nice to see the Reapers finally getting some love, because they haven't really been touched upon for quite a long time in the game. So it is really nice that they've kind of been brought back to the front, and we're getting new voyages, we're getting tons of new commendations for them in this update. I think the update in general so far has been pretty solid. To be honest with you, I think the update is definitely a step in the right direction for the game in terms of bringing new players into the game and bringing old players back, because focusing on the lore is basically a surefire way to get players like me straight back into the game. I forgot to mention that in the next few weeks, when this season kind of progresses, we're going to be getting a new voyage, the Followers of the Flame, which is also very lore-orientated around the Reapers, where you use enchanted items basically to find new loot. I think, again, this is a very cool premise. I really like it. I think it gives me a lot of the Shades of Adventures that they used to have a few years ago, which they haven't done in a while now. I think it's a great step forward. They've also made it so you can break the seal on Reaper's chest, which means you can get a kind of mini skeleton army for yourself, which I think is very cool. Now, if we're talking from a roleplay perspective, this obviously is going to bring a lot more opportunities for people who want to side with the Reapers and those who want to side with the Pirate Lord. But anyway, that's not really too big of a deal, because I'm sure people can look past that. Anyway, I think it's been a very good update so far. I think I'm excited for what's to come in the future of this season, and I'm also now excited to see what will come in the rest of 2025 for Sea of Thieves. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's quite a quick video, and it hasn't been a video in a while, really, because I've been busy with exams and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.